Families may become noxious when fame is involved. Today, we're compiling a list of the most infamous and shocking instances in which renowned figures either spoke candidly in public about or acted against problematic relatives. In our countdown, we feature Michael Jackson on Joe Jackson, Macaulay Culkin on Kit Culkin, Cole Sprouse on Melanie Wright, and more. Number 10. Jennette McCurdy's assessment of Debra McCurdy. Jennette's debut on the acting scene in 2000 marked her as one of the most renowned child performers in the industry, following her appearance in iCarly. However, she ceased to pursue a career in professional acting during the 2017-18 period. Subsequently, we would ascertain the tragic explanation. Janette discussed the alleged cruelty she experienced from her mother, Debra, in her 2022 memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, and in interviews. Debra encouraged Janette to pursue her acting career, allowing her to live vicariously through her youthful acting aspirations. Additionally, she subjected her daughter to emotional maltreatment and intrusive examinations. Janette has been forthright about the challenges she faced as a result of this experience, particularly in the aftermath of Debra's passing in 2013. Fortunately, Janette is experiencing a significant improvement in her condition today. Number 9. Cole Sprouse on Melanie Wright. Cole has been in the public eye for nearly his entire existence, having made his screen debut less than a year after his birth in 1993 as one half of the iconic identical twin acting duo alongside Dylan. However, the Sprouse brothers' domestic life was challenging when they were not performing. Cole has discussed their mother Wright in interviews. She encouraged the twins to pursue acting. Cole asserts that she was motivated by a narcissistic desire to be acknowledged as an artist and suffer from substance use disorder. Then Wright reportedly lost all of the money the twins had earned from their earliest roles. After their divorce, Matthew, the twins' father, was granted forced possession as a result of the challenges they faced. Wright has not been in contact with the Sprouses since that time. Number 8. Ariel Winter on Chrisoula Workman. Winter achieved her breakthrough as a television celebrity with the series Modern Family on the small screen, 4 years after her debut on the big screen. However, in 2012, Chrisoula Workman, Winter's sister, submitted an application for guardianship following allegations that her mother, Chrisoula, had abused her. Winter was legally emancipated in 2015, 1 year after Chanel was granted guardianship. Chrisoula has been informed of Ariel's dire circumstances in the years that have passed. Winter described a childhood that was characterized by isolation and loneliness, as Chrisoula forbade her from interacting with other females and even regulated her diet. Concurrently, her mother subjected her to emotional and physical violence. Chrisoula also decided what Winter would wear, frequently modifying her attire to increase its provocativeness. However, Winter's condition has improved as a result of the support of individuals in her life. Number 7. Christina Aguilera on Fausto Wagner, Xavier Aguilera. Christina, who has openly discussed her upbringing in the past, was raised in a tumultuous household before her recognition as one of the most talented pop vocalists. During that period, she frequently relocated as a result of her father's enrollment in the United States Army. However, in addition to this unease, it was alleged that Fausto had directed his frustrations toward the family by physically and emotionally assaulting Christina and other members. The singer claimed that music provided her with a means to escape the dreadful circumstances. In the end, her parents divorced. However, Christina has acknowledged the trauma of her upbringing, which continues to affect her decades later. In 2000, she momentarily reintegrated Fausto into her life before they once again became estranged. Number 6. Patrick Martin Lovato on Demi Lovato. Demi has effectively balanced the roles of an actor and musician since she was a teenager. Nevertheless, their relationship with their father, Patrick, has been less than favorable. Demi has discussed the internal conflict that arose following Patrick's passing in 2013. He was abusive and suffered from mental health issues, despite his desire to be a decent man, they asserted. Demi was inspired by this experience to compose the song Father, which delves into their conflicting sentiments toward him. Demi's mother, Diana de la Garza, published her memoir in 2018, which described the abusive behavior she experienced from Patrick, which resulted in the loss of a digit. Eddie de la Garza, who she encountered after departing him, became a constructive influence in Demi's life. Number 5. Britney Spears on Jamie Lynn and Jamie Lynn Spears. In 2019, information regarding Britney's conservatorship was disclosed. Britney's affairs were legally overseen by a group headed by her father, Jamie, following her involuntary psychiatric detention in 2008. Britney publicly addressed the conservatorship during the #FreeBritney campaign, subsequently criticizing her family. She claimed that her support system, which consisted of Jamie and her sister, Jamie Lynn, had failed her by exploiting and dictating every aspect of her existence. Although her mother, Lynn, publicly advocated for the termination of the legal agreement, Britney maintained that the conservatorship was her idea from the outset. The courts terminated Britney's conservatorship shortly after the information was disclosed. Number 4. Macaulay Culkin on Kit Culkin. Due to his success in the Home Alone franchise, Macaulay is perhaps the most successful child celebrity in the industry. However, his family life with his father, Kit, was challenging for him when he was not on the silver screen. Following his parents' separation, a custody dispute ensued, with Macaulay and his siblings desiring to reside with his mother, Patricia Brentrup. He then excluded his mother and father from his trust fund to safeguard its substantial assets. He has been estranged from Kit ever since. Macaulay has alleged in interviews that his father, who was an aspiring actor during his youth, was envious of his success and resorted to mental and physical abuse of his son and the rest of the family. Number 3. Drew Barrymore on John Drew and Jade Barrymore. Drew should have been safeguarded when she became a child celebrity following the release of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, given that her father, John Drew, is a professional actor. Rather, she experienced one of the most tumultuous upbringings as a result of John's violence. His separation from Drew's mother, Jade, exacerbated her circumstances. The adolescent Drew was frequently taken to clubs by Jade, who was irresponsible. This permitted Drew to engage in substance abuse and consume alcohol. She had been in rehab on multiple occasions and had spent an extended period at a psychiatric facility by the time she was in her early teens. To maintain her sobriety, she ultimately relocated to the residence of vocalist David Crosby and his family. Emancipation was subsequently conferred to Drew. Drew declared that she was financially supporting Jade in 2023, even though she has never entirely forgiven her. Number 2. Michael Jackson on Joe Jackson. Michael was the king of pop and one of the most celebrated performers of all time, but his personal life was drastically different. Oprah Winfrey interviewed him in 1993, during which he discussed the methods of his father, Joe. Joe would repeatedly observe the Jackson 5's performances while holding a belt. He is said to have struck his offspring if he was dissatisfied with what he observed, or, as Michael later described it, tear you up. Michael also recounted his isolated childhood under Joe's control. He was compelled to head to the studio to rehearse or record as opposed to being able to perform. Joe confessed to lashing in 2003, but he clarified that he did not employ a stick, as this would suggest that he had physically assaulted his children. Number 1. Judy Garland on Ethel Marion Gum. Garland is one of the most cherished icons of the entertainment industry, thanks to her exceptional music career and her celebrated film work in The Wizard of Oz. However, it is purported that her mother, Ethel Gum, as well as the MGM studio, subjected her to mistreatment. Gum was overbearing in his approach to performance from a young age. Gum would threaten her daughter with violence if she was too unwell to perform, as Garland explained to Barbara Walters in 1967. Additionally, she described her mother as wicked and very jealous. It has been suggested that Gum provided Garland with substances, some of which were intended to enhance her mood and others to assist in her sleep. This resulted in a lifelong dependence that ultimately led to Garland's death in 1969. Would you like it? Give us valuable feedback in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.